Hey everyone, Miacidae here, welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. So, today on the No Hope Estate, we're going to be going back into the Viscount's Courtyard, mainly because none of the surrounding areas have a very good trinket I would like to get for the veterans, and well, even though I cured all of our Crimson Curses like an episode or two ago, they're already starting to come back, and I would like a little bit of relief from the bloodsuckers for a little bit, so the farther we can get into this, the better. And that means once I start getting the Viscount down, the sooner we can get to the Countess and be kind of done with it. So that's going to be the plan for today. However, before I jump into that, because we will be getting to spots where I can camp, I thought we would upgrade the hamlet a little bit because I saw that we could get the Outsider's Bonfire, which I thought actually was a good idea. I have 3 blueprints laying around, I have 300 crusts, and this would give me 2 additional respite points if I have particularly the Bowman in the party, which I will be using. So that is a very quick use for me. And then also, because I got another memory a few episodes ago and I have the 99 shards, I can get a few more buffs here. If I use an anti-venom as a blight resist buff, if I use a medicinal herb, I get a disease resistance buff. I might as well. So the only thing I need memories for now won't be something I'm actually using on this estate. But if you wanted it, it is something that gives your heroes no more random hunger checks. The reason I'm not using it on this estate is hunger checks can heal me even after I've used the maximum amount of food to heal. Otherwise, there's nothing really I can grab. After that, let's go over the party. It's mainly the party we used to go in last time, switching out the Forlorn for Vigo. But for those of you who don't know the party I used last time, we're using Evelyn the Ripperkin. We have Rip and Tear to remove protection, we have Blood as Fuel to do heavy damage and on-hit bleed. It's a 4 for 2 bleed that also bypasses and breaks guard. If we're in rows 2 or 3 for whatever reason, we can do an AoE hit, hitting ranks 2 and 3, doing a 6 for 2 bleed to each thing we hit. And if we need an extra action just in case things hit the fan, I can use Rev up to minus her max HP for a few actions, or for a few rounds, to gain an extra action. This has a 2-round cooldown. For her trinkets, we have the Ripper Sidearm. This ups her damage received by 10% and she gets minus 5 dodge. However, she gets a on-hit bleed 2 for 2. So if I'm hitting with Bloody Gust, it's an extra 2 for 2 bleed on every target she hits. Otherwise, every target she hits on the single target is just an extra bleed. It's kind of nice just because I'm bleeding things in here. I'm finding that the additional 3 damage doesn't seem to be working, but if it works randomly, it works randomly. Then the Deserter's Crest that we have is plus 2 speed, plus 35% bleed amount, minus 15% death blow resistance. Next up we have Celine the Duchess, mainly using beast forms, Crimson Downpour. This does a 5 for 3 bleed, and then does a debuff that does plus 50% bleed amount received, so any bleed that we do will do 1.5 times as much. Then we have Thirst for Power, doing a 5 for 3 bleed on a single target. If it does a bleed or hits anything that is bleeding, she gets a 25% damage buff and a 20 protection bonus. Feed the Beast, bypassing guard and stealth, and as Beast will do 50% more damage versus anything below 33% health. Finally, Noble Obligation. As Beast, this will do a plus 20% damage received debuff and pull the target by 2. We have Nobusuma's Glare, so her accuracy is upped by a total of 15 since we are using Beast form, and her crit is upped by 35%. However, because of things we will have in our inventory, her max HP is lowered by 35%. And then finally, I have Maciek's Head on her because I found that some of the times that we were using Crimson Downpour, the bleed amount received bonus was being resisted, and I really want that on. So instead of an extra bleed trinket, I'm using Maciek's Head so we get the debuffs on. So that ups the debuff by 35%. Next up, I changed the Forlorn out for Vigo, mainly because I want Implode. Implode ups the bleed or blight amount applied by a hero by 100%. However, it will debuff the target that I put that buff on to take double the bleed or blight amount. so I do have to be a little careful with it. Normally this is only usable once per battle, but I do have the Diploma of Honors on. This means the usage limit is removed and I can use it infinite times per battle. It's just limited by actions. I use this, then my turn's over. Next round I can use it again and again and again and again. Otherwise we do have Enshroud. He is in row 3. This is only usable in row 4. However, if I want to cure Bleed or Blight, I can move someone else or him to cure it. It's just there as a kind of failsafe. Tick-Tock to up someone's speed and crit, and Disrupt to bypass and break, guard, stealth, and repost. For his other trinket, we do have the Ancestors map just to prevent ambushes. It gives me scouting, and trap disarm if we scout and find battles we do not get ambushed. Finally, Vatville our Bowman, specializing in bleeding arrows. So we will have Piercing Arrow most of the time doing a 3-for-3 bleed on all the enemies. Otherwise, Limb Snipe to minus crit and accuracy, or Sure Shot to bypass stealth and guard. His trinkets are the Blood Charm. This does an additional 1-for-3 bleed on hit, doing plus 20% damage versus anything that's bleeding, plus 15 armor piercing, and the Splinterwood Shaft doing plus 10% bleed chance and 30% bleed amount. So he will realistically be doing a 4-for-3 or 5-for-3 bleed on hit. He will be the one that I am using Implode on. That way I am doubling that amount, hitting every single enemy. That way I'm just bleeding everyone out very, very quickly and plowing through the fights. So, starting off, just taking all the food, that's how I recover. We're going to take all the shovels, a few anti-venom bandages, medicinal herbs, a few torches. I am going to want the amphitheater ribbons just so I take less stress. We will want holy water, and we will want blood. Now, if I remember, we were on our way to the yellow key. We already had grabbed the blue key. Yeah. So let's head on down and get what we can. The reason I had brought those ribbons is those lower stress received, as you can see here, and what ended our run last time was Celine in particular getting stressed. When she gets stressed, it's really nasty. And Vigo, if he afflicts, that is something in particular that is very, very bad. So I would prefer that not to happen. This should be a fight. And we might actually use a firewood after this fight to get the bonuses. So we are going to Tick-Tock on Vatville, so he goes faster. And then we're going to implode him, so he does double the bleeding. So I think this piercing arrow will do like a 10 for 10. If we Monstrous Affliction, and then Crimson Downpour, they'll take that much more bleeding damage if that debuff goes off, like so. Celine's taking quite a bit here. I don't like that. Right, so switch to bleeding. Piercing arrows everyone.
Masterfully executed.
9, 19, 19, 19. So Steward, Gluttonous Courtesan, but not the Chevalier go down. So let's take out Steward in 1, and just shove left.
Slowly.
So I couldn't hit the Steward without a shove there.
Our life is taken.
Thankfully that missed. Going to Limb Snipe the shove. So bleeding for 30. Thirst for power on him.
A decisive pummeling.
And watch everyone bleed out.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Alright.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can.
So using that little bit of food, because we are going to get a lot of food in this section, I might as well heal up every single time I can. Actually, I should have firewooded first and then just feasted for the stress, but that's fine. Taking the gold for now.
Companionship.
I have a Panacea and I'm not sure they stack, so I'll skip that for now. I don't think I can prevent a nighttime ambush, which is bad. Calling card for the crit. Survival skills for the scout. Pack lightly for the dodge and the speed. And then just to see if they stack, they do. Okay, so I have 2 Panaceas now, which will come in handy later. And then let's do pep talk on her just so she takes less stress for a few battles. So Celine is less likely to afflict. Ambushes are bad. So Vatville needs to move back. Vigo needs to move back, then we're essentially fine.
A dizzying blow to body and brain.
Maybe not, but we'll see. Rip and Tear moving forward, getting rid of the protection on the Chev. Also should bleed him for a bit. Then we can Affliction on Celine and downpour the others.
Death waits
That
for the
crit hurt.
slightest lapse in concentration.
Now that camp was not worth it. She's stunned. Blood is fuel onto the knight. So I want him gone. He's bleeding for 11. He has 12 health. Get rid of the bleed on Vatville. Then we're going to Piercing Arrow. Repartee hurts a bit, but that's fine. Knight goes down. Sycophant goes down. Get rid of the bleed on Vigo. Just Socialite left, essentially. Yeah, we'll disrupt her.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Now I should be able to de-stress on the way down, I believe. So Celine's not in the worst shape. But I do think she's gonna afflict before I do that. Taking that, and off we go. So to the left. I'm not sure he's gonna give me anything, but we will give him blood. I stand very mistaken. I've never seen these dice. Just lucky 5 crit, minus 10% crits received, and minus 100 dissolve experience. And then the Silver Axe for the Legion, 20 accuracy melee skills, 10% damage melee skills, on melee hit, debuff self for 10% melee damage. On melee hit, debuff self for minus 5 accuracy, on crit clear debuffs. We'll take it. And then I kind of want to take the Just Lucky dice because I don't think I've ever seen them. Let's see here. Delicacies, Fountain, Hive, Delicacies, Hive, Delicacies. Technically, I can heal up quite a bit with all the food that's going to be incoming, but that aside, yeah, we can give up a shovel. I don't need all of these wine crates, especially if I'm going to get ambushed every single time. Up to the queue real quick. burn this, see what I get.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
I will leave them. Heading down. Grab the food.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
I'll get this on the way back. Eating all of them. If I finagle this right, I think we're good. So I'm going to TikTok that bill as a just in case. Imploding Celine. Feed the beast. I'm hoping Blood is Fuel takes Supplicant out without a crit. It should bleed out. Yeah, 13 bleed.
The horror. Gnawing uncertainty.
There's that
birthplace
afflict.
of dread.
Next room I would have been fine. Transform. Downpour. You know, with her 12 speed and their 7 speed, you'd think she'd go first, because it's pretty hard for them to roll over, but things happen. Feed the beast.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Disrupt. Take what we can.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
I'm gonna be silly here. Alright. Holy water so Celine gets some stress relief. We go up. Hunger check. Here it is. Yeah, stress relief on Vigo. I wanted it on Celine, but I wasn't going to take that 65% chance. What is the curio here? I have a chance at loot. When you want to take everything and you cannot. Especially after I spent those 300 crests, I kind of want to take them, but at the same time, I kind of need the gold.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
There's a lot of delicacies between the run back and what's coming up, so. Alright, should at least get that wine crate. Then can probably get rid of this. And keep a second stack of food on hand for healing. Come on, gems. That is not gems. I believe... Oh, wait. Well, not what I was hoping to get, but... Extra trophy hunter. This is the yellow key. Yeah, bleed them all. Transform. Blood is fuel. Let's take out a Chev.
Powerful blow.
Tick-tock. So Batville goes faster. Imploding, this time on Celine, because she'll hit the 2 Chevs, which are the more important things here. Crimson Downpour onto them. 18, 26, so at least one of the Chevs goes down. You block the one that's going down, that's great. Must you? Alright, so Steward 1 left, and not much on Steward for the Chev. So Chev 2 is going down to bleed. Steward is going down to bleed.
Precision and power. As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
And there we go. Taking what we can.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of
Trying
the
to
light?
see here. It's probably not the best idea to get rid of the anti-venom, but we can. We need the key, so we can take the food. This is another... Both of these two are firewoods, from what the maps say. And I have a firewood on hand. And there's tons of firewood over there as well. I don't really have much for de-stressing if I camp either, so it's like, I don't think I'll be doing that. Alright, Feast for the Stress. Or, not Feast for the Stress, Hunger Check. What am I saying? Definitely will be getting the delicacies over here, though. So yellow key at least gotten. I want to try to make it to the Crimson Court Trinket if I can. We'll see about that. So at least we're healed up from those hunger checks, which is nice. Ooh, got a full stack of food now. Alright, to the right. A lot of potential stress here. I don't like it.
Ground quakes.
That's the whole reason we're going through this, so I don't have to put up with that again. Implode Celine so I can do Downpour. Gonna hit the Socialite, so she'll bleed out. Oh, I hate that. I can't do what I wanted to now. Somehow with 8 speed, Celine was the slowest. I suppose Thirst for Power on the Sycophant and back. So it bleeds out just these two left. Feed the Beast in 2. That's a miss.
Clarified in a single
and that's a stun
strike.
as well. You can't do anything from 2. AoE bleed. So 3 bleeds out, 1 I need a little bit more damage on. Celine, friends are not food. Oh, we got the Aristocrat's Mask that I'll never use, but I will still take it once again. Starting to be one of those things where it's like, not sure entirely what to give up. Suppose we can give up the blood because I'm not really going to be using it because I have the Panaceas. As soon as this goes to thirsting, I can pop a Panacea on him. So, I know I don't have to go down, and this is totally optional. But there is a Crimson Court trinket at the bottom, which I would like. Also, de-stressing. Now I don't have blood for the shrew, that's right over here. But we can still just maybe get that later. I can keep hoping to just get this Afflict off. Now that leaves the Ripperkin in a bad position. But I'll leave that. If I get the Duchess off of Ravenous, we have a chance. Alright. TikTok TikTok on the Bowman. This is going to take more than one round. Then imploding him. Feed the Beast, go forward. Taking out the Liard. However you pronounce that one. And then... I mean, at least you're not hurting your friends.
Weakened.
And then Crimson Downpour getting the Enraged Gorge Bloodflower. So 13, 13, the Steward goes down. 8, 9. A little bit needed on the guy, but I suppose because the heal will need a little more. But that's what this is for. Now he 100% bleeds out. And if we thirst for power onto the Steward, it is a bleed for 21. Then we disrupt. Implode, actually. Blood is fuel, breaking the guard. Bleeding for 41.
Decimated.
I'm a little disappointed, but I do understand that the model doesn't change on this one. Disrupt. And Limb Snake. Now, how much food do we actually have? 16. We really need it. There we go. I knew that trap was there. Why did I walk into it? I'll get these on the way back. Well, this fight isn't horrible. The surprise is... Don't feed the beast. Let's get to the... Actually, if we blood his fuel, we break the guard. We might as well do that. You can only rely on yourself, then you hurt yourself. What sense does this make? Downpouring them? I would implode here, but that's not gonna do too much. So let's get the Supplicant. And then you need to move back, my friend.
Injury and despondence.
You almost took out the Ripperkin. That's not cool.
Or cowardice.
Steward bleeds out. Moving back. Blood is fuel. Supplicant bleeds out. Row 1 bleeds out. I think we're good. Taking what we can. Leaving the rest.
Brought low and driven into the mud.
Ooh. This really is a trinket run. Okay. So if I pop up... There's only a fountain at the top. So I can get rid of the holy waters. Damsel's Hairlock for the Falconeer, plus 30% bleed chance, move chance, and debuff chance, plus 10 dodge, and plus 15% stress. It has its uses, but... eh. I'm gonna check which curio this is. Delicacies are good. Delicacies are good. Using all the food and get my medicinal herbs back. We go back up. Burn the hive. See if we get more gems. Sapphire is good. Take the torch. We'll leave the onyx. Hey, delicacies. Leave the gold, heal Celine. Up to the other curio, which I believe is another hive, which we can burn with the torch.
Wealth beyond measure. Awarded to the brave.
All things considered, I really do not have room for it right now. Evelyn is afflicted, fearful. Her engines rumble and scream. I would not want to be by McBain at this point, like the chainsaw snake. I would be terrified to be by that thing rampaging because it's afraid. An afraid beast is a very, very dangerous one.
A fortune waiting to be spent.
Up we go. digging through this. Take the emerald, or the ruby. So I at least want to get through the part that gives up the yellow key. I'm just trying to think how far I can push this party. So if I give up a shovel, there's a point of no return here. But I think I can do those 2 battles. However, that being said, I'm not gonna really need the torches for a bit. Okay. I don't need the torches, so we can do this. And then... yeah, we'll be fine with that. Moving on up. I'm gonna leave these just in case I want to come back. My map says that's a wine crate. You lied to me, map. I'm disappointed. How disappointed I am in you. Well, yellow key. I really could have used that de-stress, as you can see. I suppose you could have gone around the yellow key there. Or maybe, no, you need the yellow key to get past that. Once again, I'm leaving that just in case I want to come back for it at some point. I 100% don't think I'll be doing the Viscount in this run, but I can get very, very close to him. Because the closer I am to him, the less that can go wrong in the run that I want to take him out in. Okay, well, that means, ta-da, no more Crimson Curse. I wanted to hang on to it as long as I could because there's so many things that can give the Crimson Curse. And I just didn't want to have to hit the Panacea to cure it again.
The abyss returns even the boldest.
Okay, so 9 and 11.
Confusion.
Crimson Downpour. That Vil will go first to bleed them all again, so at least the Courtyard will go down.
A devastating blow.
28, yeah, everyone drops to bleed. So Disrupt, just dropping what we can at this point. It's kind of funny having the 2 largest models in front, so they keep overlapping each other. Let's fuel, and watch the Socialite go.
Eradicate.
I do think her, like, transformation is kind of cool. But the 4 Stewards is kind of a very heavy stress fight if you think about it. What they can do to you is bad. That move forward is going to screw me unless Evelyn goes first, like this. And now she moved even further back, so that's going to screw me long term. Rip and Tear, let's hit the 1
Well struck.
and back. But at least we can do TikTok, Implode, and then maybe bleed him out. I won't get the plus bleed received on him, though. Ouchie! Well, Thirst for Power, let's hit 3, because they still have an action, so they'll take that bleed tick.
Unnerved, unbalanced.
Oh yeah, I need to be done after this one because of that heart attack incoming. Do it again. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, change of plans. Rev up. Ripperkin taking out 4. Thirst for Power hitting 2. Ripperkin taking out 2. I wanted to make sure we were not going to have that heart attack. Okay, we need to be done here.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task.
I'm not sure how much I trust this map. But it does say I don't have a fight in the next room. And it does say that wine crate, then I wanted to do this part. Shovel. Should I leave this delicacy for later, just because I can have extra food when I come back in? Okay. So yeah, here's where I'll probably leave off next, or come back next time, because looking at my map, I go back for the delicacies, I come back, I head straight right, there's 2 fights and a Crimson Court trinket. I head up 2 rooms, head left, up 1 room, left 1 room, down 1 room, there's a red key. I double back a little bit, I go up 1 room, there's the red gate, I go left, there's the Viscount. So realistically, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rooms with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fights. So I might leave the Viscount, but I can leave a wine crate for myself, which is a camp right before the Viscount, if that's really the case. We can see how the party's doing. So next time I might fight the Viscount. Because I have access to a lot of wine crates that I left myself, which are camps. If not, it'll be almost like a 1-2 Viscount, like two weeks to the Viscount.
This loss and learn from it.
And we'll see how it goes. 20 crusts, 13,000 gold, not bad at all. I do need to de-stress everyone. Infirm isn't bad, Hardy is good, Shocker is not great on Batville.
Once, our estate was the envy of this land.
Idle Vixens gain 1 resolve level, my Vixen is level 5 I believe, so that would be great. Also disease resistance, so I think I'd resist the Crimson Curse, and stress relief received from my crits. Oh, I don't need to even go to the sanitarium, do I? Infirm isn't bad at all. So we're going to stick everyone here in the Abbey. Nomad wagons. You know, for McBain, that is a very good trinket. I just won't be using it. Like that, in of itself, that it is an amazing trinket, and I'm not going to write it off for the Ripperkin, seeing as how her mechanics play when you go into Bloodlust mode. Doing the self-damage, but you do more damage to enemies usually. And on monster kill, you heal for 20% of your max HP. I was kind of excited to see what McBain's head did. So it really plays into her kit well, I will give it that. I just can't use it on the No Hope Estate, and on the No Hope Estate, I want to preface this. On the No Hope Estate, the one I am playing right now, it does not have much of a use. There are very niche uses that if I tore off the on monster kill self-heal, and it only gave me the plus 20% stress, there are very case uses for that, which I don't like playing with, but there are uses for it. I will give it that. But otherwise, that monster kill self-heal is amazing for the Ripperkin's actual kit. I have to give it to the person who made the actual trinket and worked it into the Ripperkin. That is awesome. Like, seriously. You thought about the actual kit and made a head trinket for her, but also made it usable for other heroes. That is cool. I'm not seeing much again for the trinkets, but I'm not sure who I have that would go into a good courtyard run, but I can probably throw something together that would get me to the Viscount, if not past it. So I probably will be doing the Viscount next time as well. I'm just not sure which group I will be using because, well, the group I've been using is an R&R. But I have been wanting to use the Kraken Slayer in there and the Falconeer, and they would be able to dance pretty well. If I brought the Vixen, she would be adding to that dance fairly well as well. I'm just not sure who would bring up the rear in this case. Probably the Houndmaster, or maybe the Halffoot. So I'll have to think about it and go from there. Or I can use Bloody Cross in 4, so I don't know, but once again, this is I can get away with a lot of things. It's just I need to get away with something in my budget, because the first time I leveled up all level 5s, it was like nearly 100k if I remembered right, or like 75k, somewhere around there. So I just don't want to be all level 5s, like getting all of that. So I do want to take some people that have at least the gear, like Flank Gouge I can easily upgrade, and that's not the biggest cost. But if I do Faintry here, this is a huge cost. If I do Espec here, this is a huge cost. So we want to make sure that not the entire group is that I'm taking is someone I'm going to be upgrading. But that's the plan, is we will be going back into the courtyard, at least getting to the point where I can safely bring another group into the Viscount. I think that's a good plan. And then I would like to bring the Duchess to the Viscount fight as well, just for the funsies. I do 100% want to use her for the Duchess fight, or the Countess fight. But if I can use the Duchess for the Viscount, I think that would be more fun as well. Just so that she can, help take back her courtyard. But that'll be it for this time. I will think about a party that I can use for the Viscount and go from there. And see what we can do. So that'll be it for this time. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz. And otherwise, as always, I wish you all well. I will see you next time, and please have a good one.